please can I go boxing, please can I go boxing. But because I was a girl and there's no boxing gyms around here, it was like, you're young, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want my daughter getting punched in the face, which, you know.
Hold straight here, hold straight with that jab. Work off the jab.
I went through a stage in 2024 where I lacked a bit of discipline. It was like my last year of school. Wasn't showing up for school really. I was living with my mum at that stage. It was like 2023, 2024. Stopped really going to school as much as I should have been. So then everything else become a choice instead of no, that's what you have to do. And then back into 2024, I moved in with my dad, and because obviously he comes from a sporting background, everything was this is your routine. You'll stick to that routine. This is what you say you're going to do, so you're going to do it. And my mentality shifted. Oh, I had 2 skills bouts where, to be honest, in both of them, I absolutely stuck it on the girls to the point where the refs had to tell me in both of them calm down or else we're going to have to stop the skills bout. Then I went into my first bout where I lost. Still fine at 60 kilos. Last year I moved up a weight class to under 65. Started off at under 63, then went to under 65 because my weight management was so poor the year prior that I was struggling to make weight, because what I was doing was I was making fight weight, then I was ballooning up to 69 to 70 kilo and then crashing back down. So my weight was constantly like that, and it meant I couldn't focus on boxing. I was constantly just cutting weight. I wasn't enjoying the sport. So then last year, it's been with my new coach Andy Owen for the past 2 years, we made the decision for last year to move up a weight so that I could focus on boxing, improve my relationship with food, improve my relationship with sport, and really have a development year for me. So it wasn't about exactly the winning and taking over last year. It was all about getting myself on track to becoming future world champion. One thing that happened this year though is that everyone pulled out my category at nationals, so I couldn't box in it. So that was devastating. That really because I tried to move up a weight category as well, but because it was too late, I wasn't allowed to move up a weight. So basically, I lost out on a national title because everyone pulled out the category. You really have to go for it, and that goes for life. I always say it to everyone. There's been a few times where I've gone into school and give assemblies to children. I work with children in the school, and I say to them all the time, in life you have to give it 100%, because like boxing, if you give 90%, 99% even, there's always going to be someone on earth that is working harder than you. So if you want to be the greatest and you want to aim high, you've got to put in the work ethic to match it. And that doesn't always mean waking up motivated. It doesn't mean you want to do it. Sometimes the world can be falling apart around you and you still have to get up and give it your all. Sometimes you only have 10% to give, but if you give that 10%, then if that's all you've got, that's still giving 100%.
Give it back! Get over there!
Last week I was training with GB throughout the week because I had my future Olympic pathway assessment, so I'm just waiting back to hear from them, so fingers crossed. It basically means it's kind of like a development process, so it's aiming for the 2032 Olympics. So if I was to get on, I'd have more involvement with GB boxing. I'd have more international competitions, training camps. It'd be like that. So they're trying to build they're trying to build the people up for the 2032 Olympics. I do set non-negotiables where it's like, if I say I'm going to do something, I don't not do it. And I think that's a big problem with society as a whole, is that people will say they're going to do things and they don't do it, and then in their mind will make excuses for them, and then things get harder to do. So for me, it's all about staying in a routine. And also, I'm lucky. I've got a really supportive family around me. My dad is an ex-professional footballer and is a high-level football coach for Wolves. So he understands what it's like to be an elite athlete. So he helps keep me disciplined and on track. Even though I'm 18, he still will make sure I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing in terms of training, injury prevention, nutrition, sleep, a lot. I was a bit nervous because I was boxing a Ukrainian girl. When I was 14, this girl was meant to be 14. She had a massive tattoo on her arm, and I was like, I don't know if she really is 14 here, and she was like a good back foot boxer. But that whole tournament, after my first fight, every time I'd walk out to the ring, I'd do like a really swaggy walk, like I walk with confidence, and like everyone would it was like a bit of a joke, and like we'd laugh about it. It was great, but I was really full of confidence. So I was nervous for the final, don't get me wrong, but once my gloves were on, once I was walking like out to the ring, I was just full of confidence. As soon as I entered the boxing gym it was just for my 11th birthday, like I fell in love with the sport, and I knew. It's like I just knew straight away that's what I was meant to do. Growing up, I was an overweight kid. I enjoyed sport, but I wasn't great. I wasn't physically fit. Like I struggled with my weight, with my confidence, with my emotions. But I went to the boxing gym and I felt content. I remember watching the Bellew David Haye fight, and I was like 7 or 8 years old. Something like that, the first one, and since I watched it and I loved it. And I was begging for ages, please can I go boxing, please can I go boxing. But because I was a girl and there's no boxing gyms around here, it was like, you're young, you know what I mean? I don't know if I want my daughter getting punched in the face, which, you know, they love it now, but back then I was just a little girl. The one thing that's helped my mentality this year is that it's with my sparring. I've been sparring the best possible people. Like Tia Ayton is like my main sparring partner. We have fabulous rounds, and it means that you see these other amazing boxers as people and not just scary names. Sky Nicholson, Fran Hennessy. I've sparred so many elite people, and it's made me realise that I am of an elite level, like I am. So that's definitely helped my mentality this year.